societal norm. Like, like who designs that mold that we all aspire to fit into? Why are we trying to fit into these pre-made molds? You know, like like in kids' toys, there's the circle, the square, and the triangle. Maybe I want to be a complete different shape. Why do I have to choose and select something that I can see? Why can't I just, you know, change shape as I develop? You know what I mean? Like, metaphorically speaking. Like, but we're just there stuffing ourselves into these societal norms. You gotta be this, you gotta be that, you gotta think like this, you gotta have that. If you don't attain a certain thing, then you're not successful. But why does what you think successful, how does that make it actually successful for me? Because my version of success could be complete different to your version of success. My version of happiness can be completely different to your version of happiness. So whose happiness am I chasing by again trying to fit into these societal norms? Whose version of happiness am I chasing? Whose version of success am I chasing? Why do I have to? Who's setting these guidelines that we feel we all need to fit into? Like how the the scale is, you go to nursery or preschool, then you go to, in the UK we got infants, then you go to primary school, then you go to secondary school, then you go to college, then you go from college to university, then from university you go and get a job, then you find a partner, then you have kids, then you die. Why is that the scale? Why is that the ladder? Why can't I break away from this? Like, who's the one that has designed this mold? Is it, and it's like, it feels like it's programmed to us through like movies and Disney and stuff like that, and it's like, thank you. Like, who's the one that makes these rules, these laws that we must do this and we must do that to fit in? Me personally, I've never owned a house. I've never owned a house, and um, wrongfully or rightfully, it's my decision. It is what it is. I've just never been in a position to do so, and it's also not been something that I've desired to. Now, some people, they desire to. Me personally, I like to feel free. I want to move around. So that doesn't fit in with how I feel, think, or even my lifestyle. Right now I'm living in Saudi Arabia. Last year I was living in the UK. My job has led me to travel. Now, if I would have gone down the generic, typical route, which everybody goes down because they feel like they should, okay, then I would have been anchored. I wouldn't have been able to do what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. Now, maybe one day I might attain a house. Maybe I might. And you know what? I bloody might not, but it will be my decision. Do you know what I mean? Like, it will be something that I want, not because I'm trying to fit in with a norm or keep up with other people, keep up with appearances. Like, I'm not scared to stand out. I don't have to have what other people have for me to feel comfortable in my own skin. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just don't need it. But who's the one that fits these or makes these molds? That we feel like we're obligated to fit in, and if we don't fit in, if we can't say we're a part of these, these molds, these things, we don't have these things, then we don't belong. Like, who's the one that dictates where we belong? You know, I belong wherever I belong, and I go wherever I want. You know, and it is what it is. And thanks for subscribing, guys. I appreciate you. I see you. I see you. Thanks for joining the family, the the tribe, the family, the collective. I appreciate you guys. And but yeah, I just won't bend over backwards to fit into something that I'm not happy with. There's so many people that's chasing other people's versions of happiness, right? And they're not happy. Because you know why? Because what they're chasing, it doesn't sit within their core. It doesn't sit within their consciousness. It doesn't make them happy. It doesn't give them the fulfillment. Now, someone else might have it and they might feel fulfilled. But if you're not wired that way, you're not going to feel fulfilled. People don't understand or don't even know how to chase their version of happiness. Their version of happiness. Like, people don't even know themselves to the point where they don't even know what makes them happy. But you know what? They know what makes them sad though. They know what upsets them. But they don't know how to make themselves happy. Like, example, if you ask many people what they hate about themselves, they could tell you in depth what they hate about themselves. But then you ask them what they love about themselves. I need to think, I need to meditate, I need to pray, I need to. Come on, man. Come on, man. We know what we hate about ourselves or don't like or what we would change. But we don't know what we love about ourselves or what we would keep. You know? Like, even let's talk about body shapes, yeah? Like, a lot of people, body type and body shapes, if they don't look like these superheroes or these supermodels, they don't feel comfortable in their own skin. But then, you know, like let's say, the more, he or whom or she who homes excess stored energy, okay? That's me being politically correct. Excess stored energy, right? In certain cultures, that stuff is what's desired. Depending on where you travel in the world, thicker, fuller figures, alliteration and all that, that's celebrated. And in the Western world, it's not. So, I don't know. But guess what? People of all shapes and sizes are happy once they're content within their self. But then it's like, a lot of us are just spoiled brats. And, you know, the problems that we think we have, there's other people around that would die for our problems. Like, their problems are so severe, they look at our problems as luxury. They would die for our problems. The stuff that we dislike, hate, that repulses us about us and our lifestyle, you know, that depresses us, that gets us down. There's people out there with the trade in a heartbeat. It makes us, when you put it like that, when you think about that, it makes us come across and look really, really ungrateful. You know what I mean? Thanks for subscribing as well, guys, though. Like, let me know, what do you guys think about this? The societal norms, chasing our version of happiness. We don't even know what makes us happy. You know? And there's a lot of confusion as well. A lot of confused people because their core and their spirit is telling them to go one way. But then society and influences is telling them to go another way. So then they chase what they think they should be chasing, and later on do what's in their core, do what's in their spirit, rather than, you know, they're the parents or guardians or, you know, whoever looks after them, carers, whatever, asking them like, what do you want to do? What are you into? How do you feel? How does this make you feel? You know, you know, and it's like I get it. Like, let's say, for example, someone said, I want to be a boxer. Then, put it this way, not many, not as, just like football, just like basketball, there's a high percentage that start it, but very few actually make it, because just being good at the sport is half of the battle. You know, you need to be seen. You need to be, especially in boxing, you need to be marketable. It's not even how good you are sometimes, it's like how marketable you are, how many bums can you put on the seats and stuff like that. So for sure, you could be well on your way, you have an injury, then you're just literally in the bin. So you definitely need to have a plan B, for sure. For sure, you need to have a plan B when it comes to stuff like that. But if that's what's in their core, man, you gotta support them, especially if they're dedicated and they're sacrificing and stuff. You gotta believe them and believe in them. You know, you can't crush their dreams, because you know what? They're gonna regret it, and they're gonna resent you for making them give up on their dreams. So we just gotta be careful, but it's gotta be practical. It's gotta make sense though. Don't get me wrong, it's gotta make sense. It's gotta be practical, it's gotta be realistic and that, but sometimes what is realistic though? Like, what is realistic? Because something realistic to me could be unrealistic to someone else. And real go-getters, to a degree, they are crazy or perceived as crazy because they're different and a little bit deluded, and these are the people that really do win. These are the people that win. Those are the people that win, and like, yeah, parents, man, it's not an easy job, but if you are attentive and if you're attentive and you study your children, you should be able to, do okay. None of us are perfect, but you should be able to do okay, because all our goal is really as parents is just to make them be better versions of us, be better than us, have life slightly easier than us, because we're going to provide and provide the platform and prevent them from, making the mistakes, or at least deterring them from making the same mistakes we made. Do you know what I mean? I feel. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But yeah, never will I force my daughter to fit into societal norms if it doesn't go with her spirit and core. For sure not. You do what you want. You do what you want, as long as it makes sense, as long as it's practical, as long as there's a plan. Like, what's your plan? I just want to know your plan. Okay, and if it makes sense, and if I can just like say, okay, you thought of this, you thought of this, you thought of this, okay, cool. Let's go. Let's do it. Show me. Show me you want it, But that's societal norms. Like, some people, again, go back to the housing situation. Like, a lot of people jumped on the property ladder, and if it works for them, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for them. It just didn't feel right with me. Didn't sit right with me. So just maybe one day, but right now I'm cool. I'm not gonna jump out the window to fit in, just to say I got it, and not happy, and killing myself to keep it, drowning myself to keep it, choking myself to keep it. For what? For why? For when? Doesn't make sense to me. To me. You know? At all. There's so many unhappy people. And these unhappy people are out here chasing shit. They don't want, don't know, they don't even need. They wouldn't even know what to do with it when they get it. But because everybody else is doing it, they're doing it. Because everybody else wants it, they want it. Because everybody else has it, they want to obtain it. Not me. Not me. I was once like that. You know, when I was younger, I used to buy designer clothes and spend like hundreds of pounds on jeans and trainers to impress people, to fit in, to appeal to people. You know, that's when I was young, teenager. Didn't know nothing about life, myself, nothing. I just knew that me wearing these things will have my peers put me in a certain category. You know, I'll be accepted. And you know what the wickedest thing is, that those times I didn't even accept who I was or myself. I didn't even know who I was. But I'm out here buying stuff to fit in a category, to appeal to people that that probably didn't even like me. You know, didn't even care about who I actually was. You know, no. And I'm not gonna say I learned quickly, but I did learn. You know, just to fit in. You know, and we was born to stand out, and we're killing ourselves to fit in. We look different. Our fingerprints are different. You know, genetic makeup is different. Me and my brother come from the same parents and we're completely different. But all of us are trying to fit in. Twins are different. Twins, identical twins are different. But we're there killing ourselves to fit in. Makes no sense. But I get it though. Once you know, get knowledge of self and you don't really give a shit about other people and how they think or feel and that, you think different. Hey, I don't know what that says, but thank you and I appreciate you. You know what I mean? You think different, you feel different, you are different. I can be alone and not give a shit. I can be with people and not give a shit. Or I can be, like, I don't need anyone around me for me to feel more important about me. Do you know what I mean? I don't need loads of people. If I'm around people, it's going to be quality people that were on the same level, the same page, and we get each other. No one's acting pretentious. No one's trying to impress each other. We all know ourselves. We're all comfortable in our own skin. Those are the people I want around me. You know, I don't want no insecure show-offs that their life is on the outside. You know, they're projecting their life from the outside. I have no idea what that means, sir. Gamzi, I have no idea, but hope you're good. Subscribe to the channel. That's it, but yeah, just a quick one, guys. I thought I'll just come in and just speak what's on my mind. Yeah, you was born to stand out. You was born to stand out. You know, you was born to stand out. So do it. Don't fit in. be brave enough to stand out. You don't need to fear.